Get the clean pickup, so Portugal will retain possession, and the rain is coming down.
Speaking of the rain, on a couple days ago, the Latvian Scotland game was on this field, and it got pretty torn up after the rain delay that we had. See if the rain plays an effect in the conditions of this field.
Uzatalo, the left-handed goalkeeper, with a nice save right there, turns away an attempt. Finland clears the ball. That's Kai Erkala. Had a chance to speak to his parents before the game. Kai plays at Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York, the Red Foxes. Chance to talk with his dad, Derek, before the game. Really gave you some insight on this Finland team. And the ball will go out of bounds there. Two players can't connect. It'll be Portugal ball. The weather may have some effect on this game. I mean, it certainly will. In lacrosse, you know, they have sort of strung sticks, nylon stringing. The materials have gotten a lot better than they used to be, but the sticks will sort of bag out a little bit. You might see some errant passes that in some instances might just be because of the equipment. Clearly the footing, we'll keep an eye on that. Around the creases, though, that's one of the biggest ones right here. They're kind of dirty already in terms of a lot of dirt, mud, you know, doing their best here. The fields have held up pretty well, but we will just make sure we keep an eye. Nice play defensively right here.
Yeah, and it's Eric Hoffman.
Eric Hoffman, again, we've heard his name before. Active stick. Hoffman looking to run the break right here. Fast break. Going to the net, trying for that pole goal. And we're going to have goalkeeper closest to it, to the end line. It's going to go Portugal ball. Remember, in lacrosse, folks, the person who's closest to the exit point, where and when it goes out of bounds, will get possession on a shot. And in that instance, there was no one behind the net, place we call X. And Portugal comes away with the ball.
He had Carvin in on the inside there. He just didn't see the slide coming in time and decided to take it himself.
Yeah, sometimes those poles get a head of steam going. You know, in fairness to them, I've never played long pole, but, you know, they get their hands free, they want to get on the board too. And I would say there's not too many things that are more inspiring for a team than a pole goal. Here we have number 2, Hawkins. He takes it in. Nice deflection right there. Once again by number 40, Eric Hoffman. Nice defensive play. Good ground ball. Portugal retains possession. Some heavy checks on that free arm right there. Got to watch those. You know, ref might sort of say, hey, you know, let's get some stick on that. Nice attempt right there. Underhanded shovel shot. And Uzatalo's equal to it. Ball goes to Hoffman. He'll look to clear.
There's not a lot of separation on that shot, and he just found a way to get to the net.
And the rain continues to intensify here. And we have a timeout on the play. So that'll be a timeout for Finland. 7 minutes roughly remaining in the first quarter. In a very rain-soaked, overcast day in Wroclaw, Poland.
Very evenly matched here in this one, like, especially due to the weather circumstances. We'll see if anybody gets an advantage out of that.
Yeah, and I also see, you know, in looking at it, you know, on paper, like you say, you know, very even matchup. I came into this figuring we're going to have a good close game. I called another game this morning. It was sort of for the teams that were searching for their first win today. We had Ukraine playing Denmark, and Ukraine led for most of the game, and then in the fourth quarter, I think they kind of ran out of steam a little bit. Denmark had done a really good job on the face-off, had more possession time, pulled away for a 10-8 victory. But once again, we mentioned earlier the camaraderie, the small world that is lacrosse. Teams got together for a joint photo at the end. You know, a lot of handshakes, hugs, and appreciating each other's effort for those two teams. And that's been really nice to see here in Wroclaw over the last week or so. So coming out of this timeout, you can see the official right there had his hat over the ball, something they do internationally. They have the bill of the hat, faces the direction the ball is going, something I don't do in North America. I live in the United States, Boston area, officiating. I do like it, though. It's sort of it's a nice little twist that they do. So Finland looking to get some settled offense right here. They sort of haven't had a real chance to settle up. They've had some transition attempts, haven't found any solid shots on the goalkeeper yet. But the Finnish team, you'll see some of the players are wearing these blue helmets. Those are sort of box helmets, indoor lacrosse helmets that they wear. So you'll see a box influence again on these guys as well. It's a nice take right there. Nice take. That was number 21, Alex Kivniemi. With ball out loose out front. who wants the ground ball in traffic. And it's going to come out with Rodman, number 25 for Portugal. Turns back, absorbs a few checks, switches to his left hand. That's a nice clear by Rodman.
Great solo effort. Oh.
Big over-the-head check right there. Nice stick protection by Rodman, and he's going to let that thing fly. So Rodman sort of held the stick in one hand, brought it in close, shoots, but closest to the point of exit will be Finland. They will have the ball with their goaltender behind the cage. So Finland looks to clear here. The ride is on for Portugal. It'll go to Hoffman, number 40. He'll carry to the restraining line. He might shot a little bit. Elects to settle up. Number 33, you'll see for Finland, one of the stronger offensive players. He's got the ball right now.
Hoffman's very active in the offensive end. Haven't seen that much out of him the last couple days.
So Kai Kosalmi, as I mentioned there, he's going to be one of the offensive guys to pay attention to on Finland. Number 13 with the ball right now. That's going to be Geir Karvinen. I'll do my best with these names. I'm trying. Number 21.
It's Kiviniemi.
Is Niemi. Kivniemi. So the ball will stay with Finland. Potentially looking to attack the short stick right here. Kivniemi starts his dodge, splits left to right, rolls back. Coming in. Check comes, nice check right there. Flag on the play. Thought it was a solid check by Austin Kolish. However, we'll have a little something here. We're going to get a hold. So the check was good, and there was a little grab. It kind of hooked on the glove a little bit there. Impeded the player. Couldn't go where he wanted to go. Textbook hold. Will be a 30-second penalty. The time will start once that player sits down. Player has not sat down yet, so they want to get there right away. Offense is ready, and here we go. Man-up opportunity for Finland.
Look for the inside pick here by Emmett Edwards on 21. One's guy here.
Nice call right there. Peter, you were on that, foreseeing it. Ball looks like it's going to stay in. Doesn't get enough. He had plenty of time there. Didn't know that he did. Communication was not there from his teammates. Good ground ball in. Excellent play right there by Michael Webster. He'll goose it up to Hawkins, and Hawkins will be able to kill the penalty by possessing the ball. Unfortunate there. We have a flag down, and we had an offside right there coming for Finland. Good count by the single-side official right here. Hawkins with it. So offside, 30-second technical. We'll get our first chance to see the Portugal man-up team. I'll tell you, for the heavy rain we're having right now, this field is holding up really well. Praise to the groundskeepers here. The facility's been wonderful all week. Great spot here in Wroclaw. Everyone involved, volunteers, workers at the sites have been excellent here. Had a chance to be here last summer for the Under-20 World Championship, European Championships, hosted here as well. So happy to be back here. Really great city, great facility. Can't say enough positives.
You see the rain affecting Childs there as he stick just slid right out of his hands.
What I'm seeing too here is that the ball isn't really going out of bounds. That wet grass is sort of keeping it. It's killing the ball a little bit, which can be a good thing. But everyone must be hustling on shots and passes because things aren't tending to go out of bounds. Karavonen moved that ball. And Kai Erkala moved it as well. Again, Maris product. He has it there left hand, moves it along. Ball goes through X. Nice find right there. It's a good look.
Great movement there by Edwards off ball to get open.
And Kivniemi really had his head up, too, to find him on that. So that's a nice look. And, again, Edwards is going to be the name you're going to hear. He likes to go to the net.
Leads their team in scoring, I'm pretty sure.
Great communication here. Shot goes. Misses the net.
Sticking away back, Polish.
And it's one of those things, it's a possession shot right there.
Yeah.
They have the backup. Not too concerned. It's good to feel up.
Two-man game here on the left side.
I like it. Little pick. Nice.
See that box kind of mentality from the Finns. They're a very box-heavy nation. I don't really see them in field that much. You see the box helmets out on the field.
Edwards looking to isolate here. Left-hand shot. Misses the cage. Blue will retain possession. Marcus Mattila steps off. We'll get a new player coming in offensively for Finland.
Kivniemi gets a pick. Doesn't use it.
Nice.
Great defense there.
Really strong right there. Rosa. Good save.
Gets
Extra
the
chances
rebound,
here. Nice pickup right there. Great take. Helmet comes off. I would think they'd kill play with that. Flag down. So we have an attempt right there. It's sort of a dive from behind the cage by number 21. Again, that's Alex Kivniemi. He goes down. Helmet comes off. And we're going to have a penalty. We're going to have an illegal body check, looks like here. So it's going to be a 1-minute penalty. He'll serve the whole 1 minute, whether they score or don't score. Still serve it. International play. Helmet comes off. They haven't instituted the rule where if your helmet comes off, as they have in the United States in the past year, high school and NCAA, if your helmet comes off during play, you would then have to leave play and can only come back on the next whistle. And part of that, I attribute that to sort of guys don't strap their helmets up like they used to. They like to have the chin strap up over their mouth. They like the way it looks. We have a timeout right here. That's a smart call by Finland to save the running clock time on their man up, so they'll get the full 1 minute. Oh, I apologize. That's the end of the quarter. But they held it for the end of the quarter, so they'll adjudicate the foul. I wasn't watching the clock. They'll adjudicate that foul to start the second quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, we have 1-0. And
1-1.
oh, sorry, I apologize.
1-1.
They're blocking the thing at 1-1.
Yeah.
I can't. We have people standing for 1-1. I apologize. When we come out of this break of the first quarter, it will be Finland ball. They will be man up. We're going to step away for about 2 minutes here. Join us on the flip side. Marty Horkin, Lax TV. Starting the second quarter, it's going to be the aforementioned number 33 here, Kai Salmi. Nice look right here on the inside. Great save by the Polish tender there. Okay, Steven Callisto, great save. Really nice look right there by Finland out of the period. Tried to force it inside. They'll retain possession. Lucky to get that one back off a ground ball. Finland rotates the ball. Kai Salmi moving it, showing the big left hand right there. Nice find on the backside. Great save again. Nice look I like the looks they're getting here for Finland, but the goaltender making nice saves for Portugal. Turnover on the ride right here, and Finland gets it back.
Here comes, they're even now.
And a nice rip on the opposite side there. The assist will go to number 34. The goal will go to number 21, Alex Kivniemi. Kivniemi with a nice rip, left hand, picks a corner. You hear that ping when it went in. And that, Portugal's going to be a little, upset with that one only because they had secured the ball, had a little snafu in clearing, and you don't like to give extra chances to teams, but nice pass, nice rip. Finland has the lead. Portugal looking to face off right now.
Portugal just killed that penalty too,
so that won't go down as an EMO goal, and that's a nice flag on the play. Flag number 5 is going to be going. He's going to make it another one if he doesn't mind himself there. Noah Rosa showing some emotion right there. I think that was a hold by any, look, I think that if I'm calling this game, I think that was a hold. Went for the over the. Anytime you go over the head of the offensive player as a defender, you're kind of looking for trouble right there. Great call by the official. And we'll see the man-up team again here. So really disciplined, nice man-up they had last time. Got several looks on it. Goalie made 2 stops. Couldn't save the third one. Let's see how this goes for Finland. Extra man, Portugal man down. Sticks are up in passing lanes. Looking to cut right here. Some little rub screens, maybe skip pass. Nice save right there. Callisto, another one though, clearing. Potential snafu here, doesn't. Rodman has it, big swing right there. And a good clear, Rodman clears it over. Midfield, gets the ball to Hawkins. Shifty Hawkins will try to kill the rest of this penalty. And actually, it has been killed now. We are all even. So, Portugal able to kill off the man-down situation. And now the ball goes to number 5, Noah Rosa. Oh, sorry, Childs with the ball. Childs, Rosa really did a good job through the midfield yesterday. Always be mindful of Vela and Hawkins. Also Cruz. So Portugal brings it in, finds the guy top side of the crease right there. Nice met by the defenders. Again, that's going to be number 40. We've called his name quite a few times today. Eric Hoffman on the nice take, flag down. Nice find right there. Excellent look. We'll mark that one down as a big goal right there at 11:30 in the second quarter.
That was absolutely instrumental in transition there for the Finns. And they get a flag too down on the play?
Yep, we have a cross check, so we'll have a man down face on this, but Hoffman with the find right there.
Hoffman is having a great game right now.
Did you get the number of the goal scorer on that one?
It was again Kevin and Emmy.
It was again, so he's again really having a great game. We have a timeout right there. They'll call that timeout because they want to maximize the 1-minute penalty. Sometimes once that player sits down, the time runs off. You come out to do the face-off. It could take 7 to 10 seconds to get that face-off off and going. So, since they have a man-up opportunity coming, Finland elects to call the timeout. What a play, though. I'll tell you, and we've mentioned his name several times so far, but Eric Hoffman, great job from turning defense into offense. We've seen him do that on more than one occasion so far. Ran down the field, and to have the presence of mind to find the open cutter. Really nice look, unselfish look, and a great finish into the top corner. Both goalies have had some nice saves in the early goings of this game as well. The rain isn't quite as intense as it was when we started, but it still is raining out there. Haven't seen it affect the game too much so far, and in the end, both teams have to play in the same weather. It's not an excuse for anybody.
It's definitely cooled off, though, since the start of this game.
Certainly has, and temperatures definitely on the cooler side here. Had to go into the bag and get a couple of jackets out here for myself. We're covered from the rain, but we are exposed on the sides here. This is a pretty big face-off for both teams. You have Callisto coming in for the face. for Portugal. He's really going to want to slow up and tie up Finland. Hoffman on a wing. Ball comes out towards Hoffman. He's been great on the ground ball, scoops through. He's pressured by Amarin. I'm calling him the goalie's name. That's Amarin. I apologize. Got a chance to talk to him the other day. Said he goes by Ricky. Both teams just enjoying themselves here in Wroclaw. A couple of big wins. Portugal had a big win over Switzerland earlier in the tournament, which sort of, messed some things up for people. Nice save right there. Callisto equal to it.
There's a long shot.
Nice attempt right there. White's going to scoop it up. Vela has it. Might have been a hold very close, and we do have it.
Yep.
The far side official. Great call right there. He had Hoffman on the hold. Vela shoots. Strange little angle. He's got that quick release. That's going to be a hold that will be wiped off. There will be no time served because it was a technical foul. And we had a goal. But we've seen that one before from Vela. That's a nice little sort of, he almost, when he releases, it's a quick release down low, and it's sort of like an off-step release. A lot of times you'll plant your sort of front foot and rotate your hips to shoot. He sort of in stride throws it. Nice goal. Beats the goalie, left-handed goalie, off his right hip. That's a really pretty goal to bring Portugal one step closer. Nice check right there. Ball is free. Finland picks up. So doing a nice work on the face-off so far has been Vila Metsälä. Really nice work out there. And Finland will go on the offense. In talking to a few of the people before the game, they were suggesting that Finland's had a great run in European lacrosse. They've had a program for a while. They've been very successful. They've had in this tournament alone in previous years they've been a top 3 finisher. Sort of a turnover a little bit of players though. I think guys are starting to get a little bit older. They have job requirements, families and such. So some of the guys who had been veterans on the team, I guess, didn't make it over here to Wroclaw. And so that ball will go out of bounds. It'll be Portugal ball. It's a big sacrifice a lot of these teams, are having in order to get to this situation. Most of these teams are, self-funded, which means that, the requirements, the financial commitments are the players, whether they be flights, materials, things like that. So there's quite a bit of that. We have a swim move right there. Luckily, didn't use that left hand to ward as he did that swim move. That's a move made famous by Paul Rabel back in the United States. Was always a big swim move guy. When I coach, I always tell my kids just get those hands together and give him a good punch right in the chest as he tries to do that. But just the creativity you're seeing over here with all these international players. I think with as we've seen, YouTube and sort of Instagram highlight reels, things from the PLL, maybe some NLL, some NCAA highlights they get to see. A lot of these players, are able to sort of see some of these bigger skills and try to replicate them in their own game. So I've seen a lot of that, the growth of the game. Nice take here, Rosa. Goes to his left, moves the ball. Hawkins with it. Hawkins looking to get under his defender here, turn back. Nice work defensively. Turns the corner, outside of the net, flag down. We have a flag down, and we're going to have a penalty. We have stopping the clock right now so they can have a sort of little conversation about what happened right there. Appears to be a slash possibly. I think they're trying to get straight with the number of who it was. So we're going to have number 1 will go out. Juho Virtanen. He will take a seat and have a penalty.
I think that shot went off the goaltender's head. I think he thought it was a slash on number 1 there.
Yeah, not slash, they're going to say it was.
Yeah.
Might have been as he turned the corner. There was a little bit of maybe contact. I'm not sure. There's confusion out there, but they have the call.
Yep.
And, like it or not, you just have to accept it, move on, play your man down, play your man up, and let's see how things go here. So we'll get a chance to see the Portugal man up. There's a little communication going on here. Time is frozen right now, so they will get the full time, the full 1 minute on this penalty when we do come back into play. I don't know what the question would be. It's got to be Portugal ball. The ball was down when they blew it dead. Taking a lot of time to get this one right here. Portugal had a penalty on it as well. That's what they had to do. They sent someone off. So not sure what happened there. We had penalties on both players. So we won't have an extra man. We'll be 5-on-5. Not exactly sure what the second one was. But so it appears that might have been a technical foul as the ball was down or something that happened. So it looks like Portugal's contented to sort of sit on the ball right now because it's a 1 minute penalty on, and they'll have to keep it in right here. Stall warning put on because the player was just sort of standing around not attacking the net, so that's a good call. They will be man up. Now they have to keep it in though, which does sort of make it so that their man up has to be more condensed right here. They can't step out of that restraining line that goes across your television screen above the goal. They'll move it. Their man up, they'll have 30 seconds left on this nice little pass inside there. Too hot to handle for Portugal. It was open. Cruz tried to handle it. Sort of maybe low off hip side. And Finland has killed the remainder of that penalty, and they'll look to clear. Jonas Sundman with the ball. Big swing right there. Got to be careful with those. Michael Hawkins, you get a little bit of soft tissue on that, no stick. They'll certainly will call that.
Madela with a great clear on that. It's solo effort.
And once again, 71 versus 70. I had trouble with the numbers. You corrected it. I love it. Thank you very much. It's one of those.
It's hard to see as across the field.
It is, and the numbers sort of blend together.
Madela's going to stay out here at offense.
Looks to be a strong lefty, box helmet. He's going to drive, goes to his right.
Oh.
Could have been a Ward there. Passed on it.
One.
I thought he might have. I don't know if he gained an advantage. That might be what they were thinking, but it did look a little off. It's one of those things sometimes when you see something you may not know, but when it doesn't look kind of right. Nice pick off right here. That's a great play. Ricky takes it down, finds Hawkins' goal. That's an excellent take. Starts with Ricky, as he told me, introduced himself to me the other day, Amarim with the pickoff, turns defense into offense. He finds number 2, Michael Hawkins, with the pass, and he's able to bury it. That is a nice little run right there, and that's the beauty of lacrosse. You know, you can go from playing defense on one side, turn it into offense. The long sticks of both Hoffman for blue, Amarim for white, they've both been playing a role right here, doing a nice job. We have Mike Webster's over on a wing now. After that run, he'll take a little long pole run at midfield for Portugal.
A lot of transition goals in this game.
It's a great ground ball. Keith Niemi, he's heard his name a lot today. He's already got 2 goals. Looking strong. They touch it down into the offensive component of the field, substituting their personnel. And Finland looks to attack. We have a 3-3 game here, entertaining game, competitive game. And here comes Finland.
Oh, Carvinen just couldn't find one of the brothers down there.
Nice ground ball, though. Edwards, we said his name already. He's been on the score sheet.
Watch a pick here.
Looking to attack. Nice screen right there. Gets his hands free. Shoots. Ball's in the crease right there. Goaltender comes out. Callisto.
He had more time than he thought there and just kind of rushed it.
And he almost went for the short side. He had a little bit more real estate on the other side of the net, but it was an attempt. Here's Rodman. Rodman, the big veteran here, comes up the field. Nice clear. And they touch it down offensively, get on their offensive personnel. Childs will come on. Rose is on. this will be Childs up here, top side. Nunez joins them as an offensive midfielder. So their leading scorer, Michael Hawkins, sort of
Trying to get a
jumping
pick.
around.
He's a shorty now.
I think he's happy to be playing on this surface in talking to the coach.
Wow.
Nice take right there by Hawkins. Individual effort, runs right by. Pretty sure Hawkins' dad is the coach of Portugal. I'm 98% positive of that. Had a chance to talk to coach yesterday, and he had said that Michael's feet had been bothering him. I think it's playing on that harder surface on field one. I imagine it's a breath of fresh air being on the softer turf where there's more give over here. And like I've mentioned a couple of times, with the heavy rain we've had, this field is doing very well out here. It's absorbing the water. I'm not seeing anybody really losing their footing. Sometimes on that turf field on field one, if you've happened to seen that one in past games, folks, it's like people slip sliding everywhere, bodies flying. Had a big quarterfinal ground ball comes up. Rosa has it. Had a big quarterfinal matchup yesterday evening. Had some rain during it and sort of prior to it. We had Ireland took on Germany. A little fall right there for Rosa. Good defense all over him there.
Oh, great swim separation.
Metzola. But again, finishing that thought, Ireland came out not affected by the rain. Went for a 6-0 lead and was able to take the win with Germany last night. Play has been stopped right here. Timeout, White.
Portugal is going to think about this offensive possession here. And I think they've got 3 goals unanswered so far in this second.
They're doing but I'm telling you, if you're a defensive player, having seen Portugal yesterday, Portugal, they had Sweden yesterday, I believe it was. But Portugal, 2-0 on the attack are just very shifty. Those two will put up highlight reel goals today. They love to do the little, behind the back, around the world passes you see sometimes from those two. Great sort of, just connection between those guys. Definitely, and I think that, defensively they're so fleet of foot, 2-0 in White, that the defense has their job cut out for them. On the other side, we've seen, Kivniemi having a great game today. Emmett Edwards, having his usual game as well. Those are your scorers over there. Good game so far, exciting. We have some action going on field one here right now. We have Poland and Wales. Crowd is cheering over there. It appears Wales just scored a big goal. A lot of the spectators are sort of, luckily here in Wroclaw at the facility, they've instituted some tents to cover the seating. Really helpful in this weather. I find the weather here too, I have spent 2 weeks here last summer with the under-20 European Championships as well. Had some heat last summer, really hot. But sometimes those bad weather storms, the dark clouds pop right up, and it can be pretty fierce there for a few minutes. Had a stoppage and play the other night. Game sort of got delayed. Ooh, that's a big push right there, and it's funny. The official thought about it. Maybe he thinks that, and could have been a slash too. Rosa he's going to have a few choice words, I think, as he comes out of this. He sort of did that earlier. I recommend he not do it, which he doesn't. Good for him, but he, by all accounts, that did appear to be a push.
Yeah.
I think the official may have thought maybe he took a little dive on that, maybe a Golden Globe or an Oscar nomination potentially, but he feels like he has a nice matchup over there. He's up high potentially for the dodge, but again, here's number 0, Thomas Vela, just strong player here.
Could also be doing to the footing with the grass and stuff. So
yep.
The ref may have thought, he just soaked a little bit.
Yep. He did soak a little bit of definitely there was some pretty solid contact in his back.
Yeah, definitely.
Did he appear to be disadvantaged? Yeah, I would think he might have been, but, credit to these guys, almost a nice little hesitation. Hawkins there. Again, see that stick play. Unbelievable goal right there. Man, Michael Hawkins, I told you he'd produce a highlights goal, and he sure did.
Got hung up there between 2 defenders and just
really nice.
Pulls
really
it out.
Nice take, and that is going to be
7
literally short
7
time.
seconds. Wow.
Last seconds here of the quarter. Nice take. I mean, circus goal. One-handed. after going high, being defended by several guys. Really, really a beautiful goal. You'll be able to see that one later, I'm sure, if you're an Instagram person or one of those. That'll be around. 7 seconds left, he scored that one. Excellent job. Face-off win to Portugal. That one's just for the stat sheet. Nothing comes of it. So, Portugal with a few unanswered goals there at the end, and a beauty, an absolute beauty by Michael Hawkins. They have the lead 5-3 over Finland. We'll step aside for the next 10 minutes. We'll see you after halftime. Continue watching. Stay here with us. Lax TV. Thanks for watching.
Commercial break! We've been really busy over the past 2 years developing our very own women's lacrosse stick.
We are really, really proud of it. So stop by the shop. We would love to tell you more about it.
Good Stick Co. Come get a stick. Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive. Growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport. Governed globally by World Lacrosse.
with 7 seconds left for Portugal. So they have a 2-goal lead. Ready for a face-off. We're all even. Ricky Amorim in for Portugal. And Ville Metzela is in there for Finland on the face-off.
So long pull the face off because Metzela's been doing so well on him.
And that's a good ground ball. Ball comes free again. It was a nice ground ball. That was Rosa. Nice ground ball again. Excellent work. Mike Webster with the ground ball. It was interesting there. They had a long pole taking the face, one on the wing, so they brought a short stick down in as an attackman. I should say the defenseman.
Yeah. Yep.
And what happens there, folks, is rule in any form of lacrosse that has long poles. You can only have 4 on the field at any given time. So they did that. Implemented often when you think you're sort of up against a better face-off guy. You have that extra pole to get in there and get a few whacks, pick up a ground ball as well.
It works out for them. Thought that was a great look inside there by
Yeah, it was
Rosa.
a little bit of traffic. He sort of did that little hinge pass, nice check. Left hand, not his dominant hand. Kind of was off the mark a little bit. And
A little too low for Michael Hawkins.
Usatalo will look to clear. He's the goalkeeper. He has the sort of dreadlock hairstyle there. Great look out here. In talking to some teams as well, my son plays for the Irish national team. Kids today, and I'm sure yourself there, Pete, you're a younger guy. Everyone loves gear. Everyone loves shirts and shorts, and people do like the Finland logo, sort of just a white-haired Viking type of a person with a lacrosse stick, and it's really nice. It's sort of emblazoned on a lot of their stuff. They had a practice penny that I was definitely eyeing myself. Would be a nice one to add to the collection. Nice take right here. Great. Did that get through to the goalie or was it blocked? I
think it got blocked.
Yeah, I think it got blocked in there. It was a nice attempt though. Bounce shot though, defensively here. A lot of little, letting him know where he is.
Great pick there. Just got a little separation there for Kissimmee.
Kisalmi moves the ball around. Nice backside look. Whoa,
Edwards.
Another one. My goodness, what a goal right there. 21 on the assist. And on the goal
Kivian Nemi to Emmett Edwards.
Emmett Edwards with a goal. That's another one that we have to send over to the headquarters to let them know that at about 12:20 of the third quarter, we had a perfect goal there. I mean, I thought I saw a beauty earlier. I saw one that rivals it right there. Edwards with an absolute head-turning shot right there. Really nice work. Getting ready for the face-off. Number 34, Edwards, was on the goal. And a nice feed by Kivniemi. I thought he was going to carry that backside and look to regroup because I thought he played himself out of an angle. He had a one-handed goal that was really something else. We have a little officials timeout. I think they're giving a look at the goals, making sure that they're on the goal line. Have note, you pointed out to me earlier, Steve, that Callisto sort of sometimes he leans on that pole a little bit, maybe with the soft earth in the crease. It might have moved offline a little bit. There is a line in the goal that goes from sort of pipe to pipe. Those pipes are all 6 feet in length, so it's there's 6 feet across the bottom, and there's a white line. It's likely been scratched out with all the mud and movement in there. But in lacrosse, the whole ball, like in hockey, has to pass over the goal line in order to have a goal. So we will, we had a little brief hesitation. They just want to make sure those were looking okay. Seems like things are back to normal. We're ready for the face-off.
Wow, another.
And Amarim with another win. Nice job. Switches hands, throws back.
Oh. Ball stays in though.
It is. That's that wet grass.
Wet grass
Keeper
keeps
out
it in.
to it. Tough time picking it up right there. Is going to be Vescalensos. Nice ride here. Swim move.
Great solo job to get that across the midline.
It was. Hard run over there for Portugal. So Portugal has the ball up high. Rosa carries from the center towards the left, stick in his left hand, switches back to the right. Childs is up high to his right. He looks like he likes this matchup, might want to go on his guy. You can see number 21 getting upfield, not allowing him to be swept across the middle. He might be forced down the alley. Doesn't get towards the middle, is going down the alley, running hard. Good pressure right there. Both sides of the ball. Kivniemi, nice look right here, good find. Nice pull. It's going to stay with Portugal.
Kivniemi, more of an offensive guy. He kind of got caught on defense after that face-off. Rosa.
Again, we have Hawkins with the ball from X. Little contact with him. Chased out. Cruz will start with the ball backside right.
Backhanded shot just went right over.
Yeah, that's a goal
take,
that's commonplace nowadays. But I mean, you know, I'm definitely a little bit older than you, as you know. But that's something you've probably been seeing your whole life. Guys been trying that, getting a goal line extended, trying to sort of backhand shoot it.
Lyle Thompson.
The Thompsons out of Albany. Nice take right there. Individual effort by Vela. Gets to his left hand, finishes, beats the goalie. So it's a nice goal by Portugal.
That's 3 different guys on that, and just able to find the back of the net.
You'd like to see maybe more. I mean, he's a you know, he likes to spin and sort of rub off guys like that. But you know, a nice solid sort of check on the hip. You know, with those, you know, the space between your stick and some good footwork behind you. You want to see him sort of kind of pay for something like that. You want to make sure that you put a body on him when he comes in, because if not, someone with his skill set, he can do that, and he'll cause you a lot of problems. Nice take.
Usahalo came out a little far on that one too.
Great ground ball right there. They call possession, dispossessed. Webster with a nice check. Everyone's going to go in. We have nearly the whole team in there in a scrum for the ball. Ball goes over midfield. No one's touching offensive end yet, so there's no over and back worries here. Blue hold, it'll be white ball.
Wow.
Interesting, too, as the player's about to scoop, you flag on the play, and right here he was not given 5 yards on the restart, so we're going to have a flag down situation. If he doesn't make a move towards the net, the ref may blow this dead. He's got to make a move, but again, that
gives
was
a thumbs up to the ref as he's ready to go.
Midfielder right here did not give the 5 yards, and the ball touches the ground. That should be blown dead. So it's going to be a 30-second technical foul.
You see the footing on Rosa there. Just kind of gave out on him on this wet grass, the rain, mud.
So it'll be a 30-second man up for Portugal. They're up by 2 goals at 6-4, and they will get into their extra man offense and see what they can do. Up high is Hawkins here. They're in a 3-3 right now. Childs, there's a rotation. Ball comes up. Hawkins looks for it. Nice backside look and an excellent save. That ball did not go over the line. That's an excellent save. Number 31 on the shot. That was Michael Begg. Comes in for the man up. Free ball upfield. Nice play. Feet were in. Feet were in right there, just like basketball. If you can, and an excellent attempt right there. White on the backup, though. There was no one behind the net for Finland. White will come out with it. But as we say, there was a nice contested play on the sideline here. People are saying he's out, he's out, he's out. You know, as long as you are planted on the field, inside the lines, not touching the line, you're in play. You can jump out. You know, it's akin to a basketball player chasing a ball out of bounds. It's until you land, or it's where you take off from, really. So, take off from in the field, you're planted there. See that sometimes on a offsides sort of looks too, where guys try to to cover for the offsides. They jump from one side to the other, and technically, if you haven't landed yet, you are offside. Very similar lines are the boundaries of play here. So, Finland with the ball on offense. The field has been getting a little bit more slippery, as you can see. This is going to be Again, number 34, Edwards with the take. Crease violation. It's going to be Portugal ball.
He just fell right in all that mud.
It is a bit muddy, and the people's nice white uniforms will be not so nice if they fall into those muds. Rosa with it looks to clear. There's an error.
Great check.
They're going to go with a brush on that. He swim moves, goes past 3 guys right here, make it 4. Checks coming from all angles, and now he takes a little offense, little swing in himself. Child's a little swing in himself here, but they're letting him play a little bit here, which is kind of nice. From a coaching perspective, from a spectator perspective, sometimes over here you can get like ticky-tack fouls, and you're sitting here, and it really disrupts the play. Not the case. They're getting the major ones, I think, and as much as there might be complaints, I think that you have to be satisfied. It's been equal. They're doing a good job out here. So Finland haven't scored in a bit, looking to get one here.
Oh.
Ball is loose.
Rosa is shaking
White
up after
will have
that.
the ball. Yep, took a shot there. Nice clear for Portugal. They're going to possess a little bit here. One of their mainstays on the first midfield. Rosa kind of went off after taking that, needs a breather. Looks like he's okay. Trainer's going to check him out, but sometimes you take a shot, you need a minute sometimes, and he's been playing a lot in this game, both sides. And again, a lot of wear and tear on the bodies for all of these players. They're playing a lot of games in a small window of time. Good defensive effort right there by number 45,
Rintala.
Petri Rintala. And he's got a tough, assignment for the day, covering Vela. I mean, that's, if you're on Vela or Hawkins, you better be ready. And we can see Hawkins has the ball right here. Hoffman on him. Hoffman's been showing, his name's been coming up a lot. He's a really nice defender.
Great
nice
use of the
strong
pick
left-handed take right there. Goalie sees it well. Uzatala with the save. And it's one of those things when someone's coming in from an offensive perspective on that sort of topside dodge or the wing dodge, they want to get towards their strength. In that case, they wanted to get to the left hand on the run ripper. But, just hard cover, like I mentioned, when you are covering Vela or Hawkins for Portugal. They're dynamic players, very quick, strong shooters, both hands. Here's goal scorer on many instances here today, Kivniemi. Really nice player. And he does another one right there. Calls his own number. And it's basically been a two-man offensive show for them. Not to say that everyone else hasn't been contributing, but we've had assists from these guys. He and Edwards have really been filling up the net. Nice work for them. They get off the skids. They hadn't scored since the start of this quarter, so they get one with a little over 3 minutes left.
There's almost a twister on that one on the run.
Yeah, it was really nice, and I'm sure that he sort of like sold it as he was going to go. Oftentimes when coaches talk kids, low and away is what you always hear. So goalies knowing that sometimes will hedge that way. He beat him over his left ear, which was stick side high, but it was nice placement. Froze the goalie. Excellent goal. And Hoffman with a great GB, and we got a little pole-on-pole action here. Love it, Amarim and Hoffman going at it. Webster's getting in there in the mix with his pole. Nice check right there. Ball stays in bounds. Webster with a nice GB, absorbing checks. Double team coming. Ball comes in here. Hawkins with it, running through a triple team right here, looking for a triple. Spin move, and he maintains possession. Gonna be a timeout right here. And I think if you asked Hawkins, he probably had all the confidence in the world that he could continue that dodge and run through 3 people. Coach over there, Dad said, you know what, we're going to throw a little timeout in the mix. Excellent work. But, man, that was some ride there. And you know what, the nice thing I like about it, too, we see from Finland, all legal checks.
Yeah.
Aggressive, physical. But, that was right in front of us. That's if you're looking at your screen, folks, that's directly in front of the camera position. And we're sort of just below that. And that was a nice little front row effort of the communication that happens in there. You could hear the checks being thrown. I love the poles getting in there. I don't know about you. I was not a pole growing up, but I love when poles get involved.
Yeah.
And oftentimes when a pole steps over and you get another guy pole on pole action.
And you get in such a close range, too, with the poles, throwing great checks.
It's almost like a phone booth, like having a fight in a phone booth or something, those guys right there. And Hawkins was able to come out with it.
Very fun to watch.
Exciting game here. And I think, and literally it's one of those things on paper, everything suggests this would be a really good game.
Yeah.
Two proud lacrosse nations. I had a chance to spend some time with the Portuguese guys yesterday in the tent here, sort of watching the game. The sun was quite strong at the time, although you wouldn't believe it looking at our field as it is. But we were under there. We were watching a little bit of the game that was on TV. Just a good group of guys. You can see the camaraderie. A couple went over to the Żabka, which is the like the local sort of 7-Eleven here in Poland. They're everywhere. I know that you frequent them. We all do. Żabka. It's a Z, but it's got a little dot on it, so it makes that Ż sound. Żabka is a mainstay in Poland. If you ever get the chance to be over here, they are on every block. I often make the saying, I live in the Boston area, spend a lot of time in Boston. In my area, Dunkin' Donuts are everywhere. You could drive, not even a quarter mile, 200 yards, you might see another one. Same thing with the Żabka over here.
Same thing with Tim Hortons for me in Buffalo.
Okay, yeah, exactly. See, so we all
on
have
every
them.
block.
I mean, I haven't sampled the Żabka coffee yet, but I mean, if you want some snacks for the day, some gummy bears.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Lion Bar.
Oh,
nice save right here. Good save. Childs with the ball. Calling for patience here from their cohorts on the defensive side of the ball. And they are 2:25 remaining here in the third quarter. 6-5 game. Portugal in front, and they have the ball. And this will be Hawkins carries.
Hawkins is a short stick.
This is something. 71 is on him. 71 is going to be Marcus Matila. And so you're going to want to see they're going to want to evacuate, bring everyone up high, make those slides come from a longer distance, and let him go to work.
Oh, that pass
ambitious pass goes over the top. We're going to have an over and back right here. Blown dead, bring it back to the. That's a interesting restart. They had him with his feet moving. I don't know. I imagine that is the rule here, but I mean, it's one of those. Generally speaking, you can't be sort of in motion. They gave him the quick restart, and no one was within 5 yards, so Portugal was safe there from the illegal procedure, which they were not called with because they were in proper position. And if you're Finland right here, what are you looking for? Pete, what do you think you're looking for if you're Finland here?
I think you got to tie the game up. You need a goal.
Little over a minute left. That is I think that Kivniemi will look to get it. Edwards as well. Those have been the sort of the two.
Here he is.
You can see as they pass to one another right here. Shows the lefty shot. Switching personnel on him. Pole stays with him.
Ran almost an umbrella over the top there.
Kaisalma with it. Oh, sorry. Apologize. That's 13-33. Looks similar.
Right?
Nice save.
Yep.
So it's Caravonen. And a nice save right there by Callisto. Kind of hit him in the chest protector, but he was in position to make that save. Nice little swim move here. Sort of a punt return clear right here. Nice effort coming up. Absorbs a check right there. That's something I've seen called in previous games, but to no effect on him. That's Vasconcelos.
There's sort of 30 seconds here left.
Really nice clear. Here we go. Number 2, Hawkins with it. Short time. He's covered by who I would say is one of the stronger Finnish defenders here. And a tough pass right there going out of bounds. We're under 30 seconds here in the quarter, so the clock does stop as it goes out of bounds. 10 seconds remaining. And we need to get that shot off if they're going to want to go. He's going to want to let this fly. That's an interesting call, I guess. They elect to call a timeout with 5 seconds left. You only get 2 timeouts per half right here. Sometimes you want to save one for something closer to sort of get more time on the man-up opportunity, things like that. Coach must think he's got a great play to call out of this. With 5 seconds, they're going to want to get that goal. I thought we were going to have Hoffman just letting that thing fly. Interestingly, too, in international lacrosse, when the horn goes, the ball has to be in order to be called a goal, unlike NCAA or federation rules, which there's so many different rule. They're not, and nothing's unified. I mean, clearly it is for international play, but where I officiate back home, it's good if it goes. It's that whole, basketball shot again, if you will, where if Steph Curry shoots the ball from midcourt, which he might do in regular play, but if the time is short in the court, and the horn goes, it's good if it goes. It's not the case here with international lacrosse. So 5 seconds remain on the clock. They'll start the ball up top. Kivniemi will start with it. He's covered by Webster.
Metal is wide open there.
Wide open guy. They got the look they wanted right there. Kaisalny
still 1
not
second
able to put
left.
away. 1 second left.
Yes, we chucked down. Or held on to. Yeah.
And actually, there was a little bit more than one. See, the clock isn't necessarily
really
official on the field. They did say 3-2-1, so there were 3 apparently remaining. So we end a very exciting game. Third quarter, after 3, Portugal 6, Finland 5. See us back in 2 minutes here on Lax TV. We'll come back to you with the final stanza. Start of the fourth quarter. Marty Horkin with you. Pete McGowan is with me. Pete's from Buffalo. I'm from Boston. We are in Poland covering a European championship. These are sort of games where I think they're playing to get into that second-tier tournament that we're going to have here. So these folks did not qualify for the next World Championship. The top 7 teams from this tournament will qualify for the championship, which will be held in 2027 in Tokyo, Japan. So these teams right here have had wins, have been successful during this tournament. I know Portugal had a big win against Switzerland. They had a heartbreaking loss against, was it Norway maybe? In pool play. It was one of those one-goal games that we've had. I think we've had, coming today, we've had 7 one-goal games and I think 2 overtime games in the tournament. Sometimes we do have lopsided scores in these tournaments, but not quite as bad as when you go to the World Championships, though, and you see the USA, Canada, and the Haudenosaunee, also Australia in the mix. Sometimes you get a few sort of lopsided scores. You don't see it quite as much here. Well, there's been some where it's, but the one-goal games have been nice and exciting games. Portugal has it. They have the ball. They're up by 1. One of their leading scorers here, Mike Hawkins, looks to take it, shifts to his left. He's very, very shifty, very heady player. Ooh. Nice heavy check there by Finland. Ground ball comes through, and is that going to be
Kivniemi off the races?
Kivniemi, and he comes down and taking it coast to coast, and a goal. Man, nice take there again.
We have a tie game.
He is having a heck of a game. Alex Kivniemi going coast to coast. It's funny, earlier you mentioned, I think he got stuck out there on defense. I think he just elects to play defense.
I think he does too, yeah.
He's a two-way player, strong left hand, coast to coast, bounce shot goal, ties it up for Finland, ties Portugal on a great take end-to-end. Heavy checks in there too by the defense. Really impressive by the Finns.
Oh,
I don't know. Here we go. Ricky comes up with it. Nice check again. Hoffman is just,
that
all
ball
over the
pops up in
place.
the air.
Ball is up. Picked up. Hawkins. He's defended by Hoffman. Hoffman throwing some checks around there. Double team. Isn't able to produce a turnover. Hoffman will settle. He's covered by number 27, Ville Metsola. We have a flag. It was a little too aggressive on that.
He goes off for a sub.
And a big pass through. Ball hits the ground. Play will be whistled dead. And we're gonna have a 1 minute slash coming up to Metsola.
He just got pushed in the seat by his teammates. He didn't know he got a penalty.
Oh, because he had subbed off.
Yeah.
He was on the sideline, and they said, get over there because we can start this clock. So right now, that clock is ticking. The penalty's, winding down right here. Probably a good 6, 7 seconds. 8 seconds maybe gone in it. And Portugal looks to go with the man-up offense. We have Childs to number 31 up there in...
It's Beg.
Good man.
Michael
Thank
Beg.
you very much. Beg is correct.
Good ball movement here.
Nice save
Great.
right there.
Oh.
Oh, nice take right there. That was a nice try by Cruz. Childs with the ground ball, moves it through the back. This is Cruz. We have Rosa up here. We have Hawkins up. We have Vela. So they're going to move that ball. Sometimes they work it down. 31 there, gets a look on the backside. Nice save. Seeing it very well was Uzatalo. Nice job on the save for the Finnish goalkeeper, left-handed keeper out there. He wears number 00. He has the, characteristic long flowing hair.
Oh, lots of time for Kevin and Emmy.
He thought about
Likes
the
to
one
pull it
more
out.
look, pulls it out.
Waits for his guys to get out of those set up.
So, Kivniemi with the ball. He'll move it to 33. And 33 is Kaisalmi. He's going to look to initiate. He's strong both hands. I've seen him score left-handed and right-handed in previous games. Nice take. Good save right there. That's an excellent save by Callisto. He's been great today in goal. Both goalies have been really, really good today. They've made the saves they're supposed to make, and they try to steal a couple. So it's been excellent work. The ball's coming up high through the Finnish offense. That's going to be Emmett Edwards. He's had multiple goals today. Dynamic player, switches to his left hand, trying to get under the defenders. He's covered backside. Child's on him. Short stick mix on him now. So we have a short stick matchup. Crease violation, I think, unfortunately for Finland. On a cut to the crease, the player slipped.
Slipped and
Sort of
fell
fell
right
into
in.
that mud
Yeah.
area. So White will look to clear here. Portugal has the ball. Under 10 minutes to go in this matchup. Evenly contested game, tie score as we go right now. Number 13 carries up, that Vasconcelos. I think number 23 is likely his brother out there. I said the name a couple of times. Both those guys have made some important plays. The overpass goes out of bounds, and we will have the ball to Finland. So Finland goes on offense again, coming up on the 9-minute mark of quarter number 4. And they will move that ball. Jonas Sundman out there. Kivniemi. Kaisalmi. Edwards.
He's carving it inside.
Nice little look right there.
No pick and roll
Saras.
there.
Nice ground
Couldn't
ball.
connect though.
Ooh, there's going to have a flag right there. We're going to have a trip, 1 minute call right there. Easy one for the official. Called it himself. It's one of those ones, sometimes if that player, sometimes if that player maintains their balance, which, in that case he didn't, but, you can see he sort of fought to stay up, fell down. Sometimes they won't call it because he wasn't disadvantaged. In that case, he clearly was disadvantaged. The ball was dislodged. He fell on the turf. We're going to have a man-up opportunity coming up on the 8-minute mark. 1 minute penalty on a trip, and Finland has the ball as they spin it around. Both teams have had pretty effective man-ups. I don't have the exact numbers on it, but they've looked crisp. Nice work with cutters. Kivniemi moves it. Nice deflection. That ball's deflected. Probably going to stay in bounds, though. The wet turf has been keeping the ball in. Number 88 here with it, Ixeli Ratinen. He's getting ready. He's available for that right-handed shot if they can get a skip through to him right now. Maybe a little crow hop and a rip. And he does get that. Nice save right there. I think that I might very well be a, some sort of a soothsayer. I saw that one coming. He was wide open. But you know what? Kind of hit the goalie in center mass. Often you want to go for corners on there. It was a really good look, but Portugal will be content to sort of kill this penalty. It's still in. They have a player sitting in the penalty box right now. It is just released. They go all even. The box is available if they look for a child. They don't. The clear is effective. We're going to have an offsides right here. Player slipped offsides on the wet turf, and now he'll just go over anyway because once you're over, you can't get penalized twice if the same player goes over. So we have a don't step out of the box or it'll kill it. Nice look. Backside Cruz unavailable. Rosa, good footwork to stay in. So we're having offsides on Finland. Portugal will have the ball. That'll be a 30-second technical foul, and they will look to get this thing going. We have the penalties already started, going the time. Someone's going to go start with the ball. Tick, tick, tick.
A lot of time running off here.
Yeah, no one's coming to the ball. And some of these players, some may have a North American background in them, plays a little different. Penalties in the U.S., for example, everyone's sort of subs. You get a frozen clock. You get, put on your man up, put on your man down. Once the officials deem that the players are out there, they will restart play. Unlike that, the clock continues to run here. International play, we have up top Hawkins with it. Hawkins with a shot, little off the mark. And we have behind the net's going to be Rosa. We have, that'll be number 31 with that. That will be Begg. Begg has been sort of a man-up specialist on that right pipe for this Portugal team. The penalty has been released. Behind the back pass, nice grab by Childs. Pipe, nice finish right there. Cruz called that the Johnny on the spot. He was in the right spot, deflects off the pipe, goes right to the big man, and he quick sticks it past the goalie. Portugal now takes a 1-goal lead as the clock ticks down. By the time they get this next face-off off, will be closer to 5 minutes to go. Reminder that the final 2 minutes of the game, we will have stop time on any whistle. We have a 1-goal game here. Very important face-off coming up with Metzela and Amarim.
Usala had no idea where that ball went. Stopped the first one, and he was just lost.
Yeah, I mean, it took a fortuitous bounce, fell right into the stick, of Cruz. Heavy checks right here, great GB. Lots of action over there. We have people losing gloves over there. Material, excellent work. And now we have Portugal picks it up. This is going to be Hawkins. Hawkins beats Utsula.
2-goal lead now.
That's a big one right there. We had sort of a loose ball. We had, sticks swinging. We had bodies flying. And nice little take right there for Portugal.
Still a lot of time left. So still 4 minutes, basically.
Plenty of time. But they got to get one at a time here. There's no two-point shot international play as there is in the PLL. There's no shot clock either, though, so that could work to Portugal's benefit. They can take their time. If they were to get possession, they don't need to push it to the net. Although something tells me if I had, Hawkins and Vela down there, I'd just keep going. Having fun here. Nice ground ball.
Hoffman
right
again.
Hoffman again. We've said his name several times today.
He's been all over the place.
He's a very, very talented player with that long stick. Such a great tool to have, that long stick midi, active stick. He'll go back and play close defense at this point. He is, everything you want to have.
Him and Kiviniemi having great games today.
Yeah, Kiviniemi's had an unbelievable game. Also, Edwards. Be remiss if we didn't mention him. Both goalkeepers have been really solid today. Again, exciting game in a sort of a rain-soaked field.
Great take.
We're going to have a white backup on that hustle play right there. Excellent play. And that was a great play on the chase out by Portugal. They'll look to take their time. Austin Kolish swings it over, goes back to the keeper, Callisto. And they could literally play patty cake back here if they wanted to. Ball goes to number 23. That's Luis Vasconcelos. Yep, they're offsides. There's some great counting. You could hear a few of the Finnish players saying, "Sir, they're offsides." And it's one of those things, sometimes it takes a moment. The official has to count from the offensive side to make sure that, they have 7 players over there. That was an excellent, a bit of assistance by the Finnish players to call it out. Refs got it right. And now Finland looks to attack. 2:31 remaining. We'll be in a stop time under 2 minutes. Kiviniemi has the ball, left hand shot.
Wow.
Off the mark.
Straight move
Kaisali
there.
will have the ball at X.
Nice roll to get his hands free there.
Kiviniemi really wants, you want him touching the ball. Nice find right there. Shot is blocked. That was Edwards on the shot. He's sitting there going, man, I wish I did more with that. Nice block right there. Kiviniemi with the ball. 2 minutes coming up here. 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Kiviniemi with an errant pass. He was looking for Kaisalmi on the backside. Wasn't there. The ball will go to Portugal. 2-goal lead. Clock is stopped with 2 minutes. Portugal will look to clear. They don't have any time constraints on this. This will be Rodman. Rodman sort of does the punt return clear often. He's a big, strong guy, runs hard. He gets ahead of steam. You got to get out of his way or look to really get physical. Timeout is called. Smart call as Rodman clears. The rain picks up here in Wroclaw. We have an 8-6 game. Timeout to Portugal. They will start with the ball when we come out of this. They have not touched the offensive box yet. They can still go backcourt if they'd like to. Very exciting, entertaining game on both sides. We have some action on other fields here. Games are getting ready to get underway. Lots of work going on here in Poland. Very busy day on these fields. These fields will see a lot of use. We do have a lot of rain here. They've moved a few of the semifinal games until a later time today. Ireland will play number 1 seed Italy. They've moved that game to field 2. That will be at 17:30. For you folks who follow military time / European, the way they speak it over here, I have to say I have to do math in my head with some of those and often get them wrong. And then when I try to translate them back to my friends and family 6 hours earlier than us, we were always doing a little bit of military time math and time zone math. We're sort of in a Central European time zone. A lot of my relatives in Ireland, for example, would be 1 hour behind this when I sort of let them know when they can watch the game. But we're all right here, Lax TV, great coverage. Check out, ELF on, whatever your social media might be. There's been some great highlights, a lot of interns here, clipping awesome film, putting it together with some really good music. Can't say enough about the efforts that those guys have done. All the interns have done such a great job here. The grounds crew to keep keep these fields playable. We'll have interviews coming up after the game, so be sure after the game, stay tuned for interviews. They've been great. Here's a take here. We have a keep it in. We have a stall warning. And again, Hawkins, very shifty. Great stick control. He's content with just sort of running away a little bit. Very calm. He's drawn a double team. Played collegiately at Notre Dame, South Bend, Indiana. He'll throw 15 fakes right here and not shoot. We have a little hold right there. Definitely going to be a hold. Ball is down. It could got him on a slash. I think they'll call the hold on that.
Yeah, just trying to run out this clock, and now they get a penalty against the Finns, and just not going the way they want it to.
They'll go hold on that. We have 1 minute and 2 seconds left. The clock is stopped. 30-second technical call. But again, if you're Michael Hawkins back there, he's he can play keep away all day. He's that kid you play tag with when you're a kid who no one can catch. He's very, very shifty, and Vela's very similar. We have a keep it in situation, so the stall warning stays on. Interesting enough, though, if you play, for example, collegiately in the United States, we have those alleys that they add sort of to the field. So when there's a keep it in, for example, stall warning when you're playing NCAA or Federation rules in the U.S., it's a little bit more difficult. You have less real estate to deal with. But again, a lot of room down at X. And content to play keep away here, is number 2 Hawkins. He does shoot now, and the ball will go out of bounds. It will be Finland ball, but they have 34 seconds. They need 2 goals to tie. It's going to be a really tough task for them.
Almost impossible with the face-off too.
And a nice look, Hoffman with it. We've called his name several times today. Kivniemi, don't tell him nothing's possible. Nice shot though. Callisto with the big save right there. Kaisalmi starts with the ball. He'll get it around the back, deflected. Mike Webster.
Oh, diving
Mike Webster
check.
with the nice check right there. Could have called a sort of a hold or something there because he was sort of disadvantaged. There's nothing in it though. Time will tick down, under 10 seconds. And we have a flag on the play, 2 seconds, 1. Final whistle goes, ball is flipped up. We have a little wave from Rosa.
No flags
Flag
keep
at the end,
flying.
he'll get that for taunting. Sportsmanship, but he felt like his teammate took a few lumps right there.
Yeah.
He wasn't too happy with some of the things that happened during the game, but in the end, a really, really hard-fought battle here. Finland and Portugal. For Pete McGowan, I'm Marty Horkin. We're going to sign off from Wroclaw, Poland. The final score today, Portugal 8, Finland 6. Entertaining game. Thanks for watching. Lax TV. Please check the schedule and tune in for future games. Thanks again. Bye now.
I'm here with number 21, Alex Kivenniemi from Finland after a tough game versus Portugal. Alex, you had 4 of the 6 goals tonight. How was your shot feeling against the Portugal defense?
No ihan hyvin, että olisi muuten vielä voinut pistää kassiin koko joukkueen kanssa, mutta onneksi oli hyviä joukkuekavereja ja näin mennään ensi peliin.
And then you had some great plays on defense. How are you playing vice versa? How are you feeling against their offense?
No joo, hyvä, onneksi on Makke opettanut pelata puolustusta hyvin, niin sillä mennään. Ja hyvä kassari ja hyviä joukkuekavereja, onpa helppo pelata puolustusta.
And is there anything you want to say to the people at home watching?
Hyvä Suomi, jota vähän vielä loppuun. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Alex Kivenniemi from Finland after a tough game versus Portugal at the European Men's Lacrosse Championships here in Wroclaw.
I'm joined here with number 0, Thomas Vela from Portugal after their win over Finland. Thomas, great game for you today. What does it mean to get this win? Like these games later in the tournament at this point, they really give you good competition. Really show you what Portugal lacrosse is capable of. What does it mean to play in these close competitive games?
Oh, it means a lot. Like, obviously, we didn't start the tournament how we wanted to, and just being able to come play and come together as a group and continue playing and obviously get some wins here at the end, it's been great. Yeah.
That's 3 wins in a row for you guys. What does it mean to play your best lacrosse towards the end of the tournament? It's obvious that you guys are growing as a team, chemistry on the field. What does it mean?
It means a lot. It's just, obviously, we have a lot of new faces, such as myself, and we're all coming together. We're a very close-knit group here. Got it within a week, and it's good. Things take time, and everything just started clicking here at the end. Obviously, like I said, wish it'd be nice if we could have started that way, but you can't live like that. So we're moving forward, and hopefully we can finish off this tournament on a high note.
Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to back home?
Just my parents. Love you guys.
Once again, number 0, Tom Vela from Portugal as they defeat Finland here at the 2025 European Men's Lacrosse Championships.